Baker Mayfield against the blitz. And I'll be honest with you, he's one of those quarterbacks on the eyeball test. When I see him pick up a blitz and hit a pass, you can see he's somebody who really understands, how to work against the blitz. And 217 dropbacks, Scott, you wrote, against blitzing defenses. Mayfield completed 63.3% of his passes last season, 60.9 as a rookie. He threw 11 touchdowns against the blitz last season, the same as 2018, but reduced his interceptions from 6 to 4. His adjusted completion percentage against the blitz, taking into account dropped and batted passes, rose to 72. So we're seeing that picture a little bit of a quarterback who understands how to work in the pocket, understands how to avoid blitzers, and understands how to punish defenses against blitzers. And it sounds like, based on the research you did, Scott, he was better at it last year.
Yeah, and his adjusted completion percentage, it's 72 against the blitz. And not just that, his offensive grade from PFF also jumped considerably, 63 to 81. So that was where the experience we saw it. Maybe not in dealing with the pressure once it got around him or what he considered pressure, but when the blitz was coming and recognizing the defense and knowing what to do, maybe getting lucky sometimes. But that's where we saw the improvement from Baker, and you kind of hope that keeps going, and some of those other things kind of catch up with it. It's just, we knew he was a smart quarterback coming out of Oklahoma, so this is something that wasn't really surprising, I don't think, and it's obviously bodes well for Stefanski's offense, knowing that that's not really something they have to worry about. They just need to worry about keeping pressure away from Baker. He'll recognize blitzes, and they can kind of go from there.
Yeah, I mean, his football acumen is so high, and I think that that shows up in this statistic, as you mentioned. I think that is one of the strengths of Baker Mayfield, is that he just has a natural feel and knack for this game. The other thing that comes to mind for me about this is, even though Baker Mayfield isn't like super fast, we don't necessarily consider him a running quarterback or super athletic. He is so shifty and agile that he can he can just sort of sidestep pressure, or he can step up. I mean, he just can sense that. And I just think that that's one of his uncanny abilities, that he can still get the pass off, because, he just doesn't crumble or wither in those situations. He knows how to just take 2 steps one way or the other, and he gets that pass off.
And, mentioned it, he's smart. We've seen him work the line of scrimmage. He can be really good at that. And I thought last year one of the things they didn't take advantage of enough was maybe playing up tempo a little bit. Get up to the line, let him sort of look over the defense and see what he could maybe adjust into. And I think that's an area of strength for him. And I felt like they didn't use that enough in 2019, whereas we saw flashes of that in 2018. I mean, that's how the NFL game is. You let your quarterback, when you trust him, go up to the line, look things over, and make changes as he needs to make them. And it just seemed like there wasn't enough of that last year. So I think that plays into that stat as well. Now, the other